Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela. I'm having an issue with this tablet now. I'm trying to upload the video and it's not going up. It's not even giving me, it's not lighting up on upload. Technology. Okay, so this is another edition of Notes on the News Feed where I read to you headlines from my news feed and share with you my thoughts about those headlines, about the subject matter in general, or about the article if I've read the article. But it's not news, it's my notes on the news. That's why it's called Not News. Let us proceed. Let us proceed. Okay, so it's loading up. California mudslide victims include 3-year-old girl. As mom fires back at hypercritical criticisms, father of another model speaks out about H&M's troubling casting practices. So the mama of the coolest monkey in the jungle, who basically it seems like she said, I ain't got no issue. I've got this money. I'm good. And her friend is like, well, it's not that. It's just that she feel like people were just attacking her and she wanted to protect her son. And then now it's another father who has come forth under cover of anonymity, I believe, to say that, it's amazing that this particular image got through because there are so many people who have eyes on an image before it gets through. It's a big process. It's not like it's one person making a decision or one person who sees it before it gets published. It's like a lot of people. And he says, but that what he has noticed about H&M is that it's like white Swedes. It's just all white Swedish people. There's no diversity. There's no other, so I guess no matter how many eyes saw it, they all saw it, something that was good and fine or okay. And I guess the black mama, and then the other thing that he said is that, this little boy Liam is basically one of the only black models that they have, as in unambiguously black, obviously black, that the other models that they have are mixed race or appear to be mixed race. The other black models that they have are mixed, the other non-white models that they have are mixed race or appear to be mixed race or racially ambiguous or whatever. So Lovely T had said, that his mama was probably glad for her dark-skinned son to have, this big international campaign. And she was just happy to get the money and the exposure for her son. And, the other stuff, let Al Sharpton worry about, all of that other stuff. She's just trying to help her son do well. So that was that. Oregon now requires people to pump their own gas, and some New Jerseyans are freaking out. Apparently, when I was growing up, you could get full service or self-service, and full service is when they came out and pump your gas. They don't do that anymore. It's been 20 years, and I think maybe when I first started driving you could still get full service, but I don't know when it stopped. I guess when I was away at college. But and you don't even have the option of getting full service. So Oregon and New Jersey are the only states in the country, I guess, where you can still get full country. And the woman who they talked to in New Jersey, who they say she is not alone, she like, I am not. Pumping gas is unsanitary, it's dirty, it's smelly. I'm not trying to do it. I'm dressed up. I don't want to be out there pumping gas. That's some bull. I'm not here for it. I'm in my work clothes. Nope. So, I think you should have the option, I guess. Although, I would. It was cheaper to pump your own gas than to get full service, and they would pump your gas and clean your windshield. But the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, who's Jeff Bezos? The name sounds familiar, but what does he do? What is he rich for? Has just donated $33 million to educate dreamers in honor of his immigrant father. Well, yay! Clap, clap, clap. The failed British promise. What really happened to the Book of Negroes? Now, wasn't that a TV show? I never saw it, but in a book too. I think I read. I didn't read, but I think I heard that there was a book and a TV show about the Book of Negroes, but I'm not familiar with it. Elon Musk and other guests dispute that a notorious Silicon Valley gathering was a sex party. Nerds on a couch are not a cuddle puddle. Even somebody who would say cuddle puddle and sex party, cuddle puddle don't seem hardcore enough to be like having a sex party. But shoot, people can be deranged and crazy and use all kinds of language. So I don't know, but it's not a cuddle puddle. It's just nerds on a couch. Over 500 people have gotten sick on Royal Caribbean cruises since December. January, February, March. Oh, wait, December. It's just January. Huh? 500, over 500 people, yeah. And I was watching a news piece where, I think it was like the kind of fish shop where like you buy it, we fry it, but they have the fish. You don't bring in your fish. They already had a fish there, and you'd be like, I want that piece of fish, and they fry it up for you. I've never even been in a you buy it, we fry it place, I don't think. But I think that's how it works. But anyway, a man was like fixing an electrical outlet or something, and he climbed on top of the fish. And the fish weren't covered up or anything. He just climbed over them, and he was standing on them. Hold on a second. He was standing on them, and someone was like, you're standing on them? And he's like, oh, I'll just wash them. We're going to wash them. And I feel like they probably won't wash them if it don't look dirty to them. And then it's like, and that's what they'll do right in front of customers when you can see it. So imagine what goes on back in kitchens when you can't see it. They ain't have no shame with that. He was proud to do that. Look at Bella. Isn't Bella sweet? What's that on your ear, girl? You got the cooties too? So, it's kind of like these big commercial kitchens or small commercial kitchens. It's kind of like, they bringing your food out and your toast fall on the floor and they just pick it up and put it back on. Because, they got a lot that they doing and they don't care. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But the people have gotten sick with gastrointestinal issues, I think it said. Like, that sounds really, really, I don't know, disturbing to me. Mark Wahlberg reportedly refused to work on the All the Money in the World reshoots unless he got paid more than $1 million. So I don't know if that's to say, like, now if the woman was willing to do it for $7,000, then that's her business. Why should he $741, less than $1,000? Why should he be penalized? He had standards. This is what I'm not going to do. What I'm not going to do is I'm not getting out of bed and going to that shoot for less than $1 million. Now, if other people want to do that, that's on them. That's their business. So I think sometimes when you look at an issue that's systemic, which sexism is, you can't look at individual situations to understand it, because each individual situation you could explain it away or understand it or have a context for it or a theory around it. But when it's when it's systemic, looking at individual situations doesn't really explain what's going on, or you can't really address it case by case. Kentucky city employee arrested, jailed for stealing over $10,000 from a black scholarship endowment. I think the man was like 55, 58, something like that. Black man stealing money from black kids. That's jacked up, sir. That's jacked up. I don't know what's going on, but we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. Major credit card companies are joining together to quietly kill one of the most annoying things about shopping in stores. And you know what they say that is? Signing on the dotted line when you use your credit card. It's a lot of annoying things about shopping in stores, and I don't think that when you use your credit card is just so annoying. Oh, I'm not going to go to the store because I'd have to sign that piece of paper. That's the worst. Or sign on that computer screen. But anyway, Trump was surprised when no one in the Congressional Black Caucus personally knew his only black cabinet member, Ben Carson. The only person he asked them if they knew apparently was Ben Carson. Y'all know Ben Carson? They like, no, we don't know Ben Carson. He was like, oh, what? He black? You know black Ben Carson? They like, no, we don't know. I'm just reenacting. I don't know what happened. They like, no, we don't know him. We heard about him on the TV. I might have read his book, but no, I don't know him. I especially don't know him, how he been acting since this presidential campaign. He from Detroit. I don't know him. Megyn Kelly, Trump was just like, but all the black people know. Don't all the blacks know the blacks? Megyn Kelly responds to backlash for saying that fat shaming women works and says that she was bullied herself. So is she saying that she was fat and she was bullied, and then the fat shaming, you're fat, that made her lose weight and be a better person, and so we should go out here and fat shame people? I don't know, and I don't really care, because isn't Megyn Kelly the one who said that Jesus was white and Santa Claus was white? So I don't be expecting nothing, progressive coming from her anyway. And I'm always remember who she is. Saudi Arabia allows women at football game for the first time. I guess good for them. Who want to go to a football game? I guess they wanted to go. You don't want to not be able to go. If I want to go, I want to go. I just don't want to go. I've been to the last football game I went to. It was for a battle of the bands. And I was really just there for halftime. I got there late and I left early. Trump's lawyer reportedly paid a porn star $130,000 just before the election to keep her quiet about an alleged sexual encounter with Trump. Star CEO Chris Albrecht on Survivor's Remorse cancellation. We gave that show a real shot. I like Survivor's Remorse. American Gods. Stars, it's another show on Stars. Boss addresses showrunner and cast exits and season 2 plans. So the people who conceived the show and ran the show, they left. They gone. They not there anymore. Is it going to be the same without them? That was a good show now. American Gods. Have you seen it? That's an excellent show. I reviewed it. You should watch the show. You should watch my reviews. And other casts like Chenoweth, Kristen Chenoweth is like, I don't know if I'm coming back or not. So what's going on over there at Stars? I was already kind of mad at you for canceling Survivor's Remorse. And then the Power stuff, y'all be kind of shaky with the Power stuff. But I did like American Gods. But now we about to get shaky with American Gods. Stars. Here's how each U.S. state's population changed between 2016 and 2017 because of people moving in and out. Hashtag African gangs. Communities respond to negative label in Australia. And they got people like graduating and they like African gangs. I think that's what the theme is. Dolby knows what you're watching based on your breath. I don't even know what to make of that. How sexual harassment can cost you your home. When you're vulnerable, you just be vulnerable. It costs you all kinds of stuff being vulnerable. Will Cape Town be the first city to run out of water? What? The first city to run out of water? What a guan. Felonies to be dropped in Confederate statue toppling case. I replied to a Facebook post and I was married 6 days later. I think this was a black woman. She said, shoot. I think he said he was looking for a wife, and she said, shoot. Slipped into the DMs, or I don't know if it's DMs on Facebook, and maybe she just posted on the, hey. An Australian minister from a Nazi-founded party wants to concentrate asylum seekers into one place. Maybe we could call it a camp. Is that what y'all doing over there? Creating concentration camps? History repeats itself. Austria. Y'all better get on it now. China shuts Marriott's website over Tibet and Taiwan error. China don't be playing that. They like, you gonna respect us the way we want to be respected, or we ain't messing with you. A senior Google exec allegedly personally intervened to block an employee from discussing diversity. Truck plows through cycle race finish line in Australia. Bamboozle, New Zealand restaurant's racist menu sparks anger. David Letterman and Barack Obama ignore Donald Trump in Netflix late night debut. Japan to curb asylum seekers' right to work from Monday, even as it struggles with tight labor market. On this day, and I think they said they only let 10 asylum seekers in a year or something like that. They like, y'all ain't coming in and taking over. It's going to be only 10 of y'all. Y'all can't work. You want to come? You still want to come? Don't come here. I guess that's what they're saying. On this day in 1961, racial rioting erupted at the University of Georgia. Step inside the $1 million U.S. Embassy in London, which Trump says is worse than the old one, and refuses to visit. Now, I saw something that said that Trump ain't visiting because he think he going to be protested against. Rhino DNA database helps officials catch poachers and traffickers. Rhinoceroses. India Supreme Court judges. Democracy is in danger. They got together, 4 of them or something, and made a public statement. They ain't never done that before. But they like, this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do. China professor accused in #MeToo campaign is sacked. UN Human Rights Office, no other word for Trump's shithole comment. It was racist. 9-year-old gives a brilliant response to insulting question to name good or bad reasons for slavery. I don't know what the brilliant response was, but the child told their mama, and their mama is like, what you want? It's insulting to me that you want my black child to come up with some good reasons for slavery. And I was like, and furthermore, it's insulting to me that you encouraging white children or any children to come up with good reasons for slavery. It seems like you're trying to perpetuate, keep it fresh in people's mind. Like, well, it is some good reason to keep people enslaved. And the school apologized and said they didn't mean to do anything like that. Hospital apologizes for dumping down patient in the cold. I remember when my mother-in-law was in the hospital and somehow we had talked to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to release her on Thanksgiving. I'm like, Thanksgiving? And you didn't tell anybody? Where were you going to release her to? And she was like a half hour away. It was like, is somebody coming to pick her up? I don't understand what you're doing. You can't be releasing people and you haven't communicated with their family. I was like, that is crazy. And I mean, the holidays and it's like a half hour. I was like, what kind of foolishness? So when I saw that headline, that's what I thought about. And they just put the person, you release, what is it called when they not disbarred, but you sent out of here or the hospital, you can go. I'm like, what kind of healing, place of healing are y'all running? We already know because we can buy fast food in there that y'all, and the food, when I was visiting my cousin, the food y'all was serving, I'm like, this is some bull. Y'all ain't trying to help this man who has diabetes. Y'all trying to perpetuate the diabetes. A UPenn sophomore was found dead, the 9th student or faculty member to die in a year. That sounds like a lot. It must be a lot. It's in the headlines. The IRS just blew millions of dollars on a project that already failed before. They're trying to get private companies to do debt collection. And basically the people that they end up successfully collecting debt from are people who are on Social Security. There's a truck coming down the street, a bus. Are they on a tour? Oh, I think that's the school bus. That school was canceled for some of the children today. So they've done it 2 or 3 times before. They paid $20 million and they recovered $5 million, $9 million, or whatever. They didn't recover what it cost them. So they're doing it again, I guess. And then they also the debt collectors disproportionately targeted, surprise, surprise, poor and black people and people on public, like Social Security or whatever, people who police 4 charged after children worked for little or no pay. Samsung phones will have functioning FM chips from now on, like FM radio. You can listen to the FM radio. San Francisco's airport has nearly caused 3 of the worst disasters in aviation history, all within the same year because of a terrifying flaw. The 5 healthiest things to order at McDonald's, according to a nutritionist. Nothing, 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 or nothing. This is the last thing Puerto Rico needed. Sam's Club closures leave hundreds of workers without jobs on the hurricane-ravaged island. I think Sam's Club is owned by the same people who own Walmart. So we shouldn't be expecting no humanity from them and how they treat people. Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon apologized for sexually harassing a writer on his show Community. And she, the woman who was sexually harassed, she called it a masterclass in how to apologize. He said he was sorry. He said specifically what happened. Like, I was attracted to her. I was in a position of power over her. I took the coward's way out and let her take, the pressure. So, yeah. I don't know who those people are. Rick and Morty, I don't know what that is. Dan Harmon, I don't know who that is. I think I heard of Community. There's going to be a record number of long ads at this Super Bowl, and it's in stark contrast with where advertising is heading. Because they head into like 3-minute ads, or really just subliminal suggestions, where you don't even know it's an ad. You don't even know you've been programmed. Doreen Tracy dies. They've done that before. Doreen Tracy dies. Original Mickey Mouse Club Mouseketeer was 74. Rest in peace. M-I-C... See you later. K-E-Y. Why? Because I love you. M-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck. Rest in peace to you, your family, and your community. Have I ever even seen the Mickey Mouse Club? Why I know that song? I don't even know if I've seen the Mickey Mouse Club. Nancy Pelosi says companies' bonuses to workers because of the tax bill are crumbs. Yes, they are, Ms. Pelosi. I agree. There's a travel agency hiring professional slackers to get paid to sit around and do nothing. Ritz Paris robbery. Armed robbers dropped a bag of jewels. Didn't they do that when they robbed Kardashian? But I think that they dropped all the jewels in this heist with Kardashian. They just dropped some of them. Ohio teacher admits to telling black student he'd be lynched if he didn't get back to work. Venezuela, 4 dead, 28 missing as boat sinks in Caribbean. And I think that loops us back around to where we were the last time we talked. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see, the notes on the news. It's getting dark, but we not totally dark in here. Look at this. Look at this. Light. Put a little light on the subject. Thank you for being subscribers. If you are subscribers, brand new subscribers, standby subscribers, we love the Fabulites. You light up my life. You light up my world. Everybody else you come in contact with, thank you for sharing, commenting, liking, all of that other good stuff that costs you nothing but just adds value to me. I appreciate it. Today is the best day ever. You're the #1 starter. So be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous.